What's up, Scorpio? How y'all doing? It's time to go ahead and take a look at your mid-month messages for January 2024. For those of you who are new to my channel or new to my style, when I do mid-month messages, what I'm looking for is to see if there was a change of timelines. And the reason I do that is because I like to give lots of advice in my readings. The reason I give advice is because that gives you at least a little bit of knowledge and hopefully some confidence to change your timeline if you want. In my opinion, that's the most important part of the whole reading. Anyway, that's what we're going to look at here today, is to see if there's been a change of timelines. For those of you who would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is down in the description of this video. Okay, so the first part of this video, I'm starting off with the person from the past. Let's see if anything changed between Scorpio and the person from the past. I don't know, man. The Two of Swords in the reverse, that's all about a final decision. A final decision. So let's see. What's the final decision? Three of Wands. Looks like somebody is making the final decision to wait on this. I don't know. Hang on. Lover's card reverse, though. So, okay. It's kind of looking to me like, now this is for those of you who are here inquiring about somebody from the past, okay? So if you're not inquiring about somebody from the past, this is not for you. Unless you hear something that happens to resonate, then take it. But this is not for this is for the people asking about somebody from the past. So it kind of honestly looks to me like you're making the decision to wait this out and see if this is ever going to go anywhere. That's what it's looking like here. But with the Two of Wands, it's not really looking like there's a whole lot of action happening here, honestly. Not a whole lot. Nine of Pentacles. That's pretty much all about being kind of single, and with the Hermit card, that's about being alone and kind of isolated and independent. Yeah. Well, I don't want to say too much about this, but it does kind of sort of feel to me like, for whatever reason, it appears as if this person that you're inquiring about is doing good, maybe even better than than when the two of you were together. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I do think this person still keeps an eye on you too. It almost kind of feels like y'all are just kind of sitting around keeping tabs on each other silently. That's what it feels like. Could be a Gemini for some of you, by the way. Let's see. I also have Virgo, Aries, and Libra. All right. Well, let's see how this person feels about you then. Let's see how they feel about you then. Let's see. How's this person feel about Scorpio? Person from the past. Past person, past person. So they still feel karmically tied to you. They definitely feel like there is unfinished business. But the Ten of Cups reverse, they don't think this could ever be successful. I don't think they have hope. They don't have faith in the idea that the two of you could ever build something healthy and successful. You see what I'm saying? They do feel karmically tied to you, and they feel unfinished business, though. Absolutely, but they're not wanting to come forward with a love offer. I do think they miss the good old days, though. So they do look back on the good times you all had, with a fond sense of nostalgia in their heart. But with the Tower card here, it does not look like they're taking any action towards, you know what I'm saying, trying to repair this in any way. Let me see if I can dig just a little bit deeper and figure out why exactly doesn't this person have the faith that this will ever work out? Why not? Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reverse. It's not really telling me a lot. Not telling me a lot. I mean, maybe this person just feels like they feel like it's not going to work unless there's some things that you change, that you refuse to change. They may feel kind of like you're too stuck in your own ways. They're not now it may look like they're doing real good, you know, if you're watching them from afar. It's not going nearly as good as it looks. And look, this is for everybody out there. Most of the time it really ain't. Most of the time. Most of the time, whenever you're checking up on somebody through social media or whatever, I would feel safe betting about 90% of the time it's not going nearly as good as it looks. Now, I'm not one of those people who shames people for putting their happiness on the internet. You know how bitter, salty, jealous people try to shame you? You shouldn't have to put your relationship on the internet if it was really a happy relationship. Nah, shut the fuck up, you salty ass jealous. If you got it like that, then go right ahead. But you know there'd be lots and lots of people out there that ain't got it like that, trying to make it look like they do. I don't think it's any different here with this person. Well, it doesn't look like a lot of action's happening here, at least in January. So let's get some advice for this situation. What's the advice? What's the advice? The Star card. Hermit reverse. So don't just isolate yourself away from everybody. I mean, there's a time and a place to be isolated. I'm not one of those people that advocates that whenever, you know, you're hurt and broken, go out and try to find anybody and everybody you can to cling to. You know, I'm not, no. But try to find a healthy balance between being isolated and at least finding somebody to talk to, you know. You know what, with this situation though, give it time. Give it time, especially if you're young. When I say young, I'm talking late teens to mid to late 20s in there somewhere. If you in your early 20s, give it fucking time. I'm going to tell you right now. I know you get sick of hearing that shit, but I'm going to tell you, I just had a client come to me about a week ago. 23 years old, all hung up, you know, on this person. And I'm like, give it time. I'm going to tell you what, right now, the next 5 years of your life are going to be so massively transformational. You're not even going to recognize yourself. And I promise you, you're going to look back on this person and you're going to be like, thank fucking God that didn't happen. But whether you're young or not, still give it time. Give it time. The next 2 years are going to be massively transformational for humankind. And I know everybody likes to say shit like that all the time, but no, this is for real. 2024 and 2025 are going to bring massive fucking changes to humanity. Give it a little bit of time. You're going to be looking back on this. Look, okay, 2 years from today, January 2026, you're going to be looking back on this thanking the universe or God or spirit or goddess or whoever it is that you be talking to. You're going to be thanking them. Thank you so much for not giving me what I thought I wanted. Promise you that. All right. Now let's just take a look at your love interest, whoever that person may be. This is primarily geared towards the singles, but you don't have to be single. Let's look at Scorpio and whoever that person is that be living in your head rent-free. Whoever this is you're interested in. Did timelines change? What's Nine of Pentacles all about, man? This Nine of Pentacles keeps yelling no matter what deck I pull from. And again, Nine of Pentacles in energy is about being self-sufficient. Okay. Now, this is typically what most people think of when they hear the word independent. This is part of being independent. Being self-sufficient is part of being independent, but that's simply being self-sufficient isn't the end-all be-all. If you're not emotionally independent, my opinion, you ain't independent. All right, let's see. So I see good communication between you and this person and some stalking going on here too. Do you be keeping a real close ass eye on this person? You be keeping a real close eye on them. So now this is where it gets kind of tricky because some of you are dealing with somebody who's been kind of stringing you along a little bit, kind of, sort of, you know, maybe y'all possibly could have even slept together a couple times. And some of y'all are dealing with somebody who doesn't even have a fucking clue that you know that they exist, you know? So this is where it gets kind of, this is where it's going to branch off and grab a couple of different groups of you. Because I think this right here is mainly geared towards those of you who are dealing with somebody who's been kind of breadcrumbing you a little bit. They've been breadcrumbing you a little bit, maybe hot and cold, on and off, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day, you know. Yeah, I think this person, if that's your story, if that's what you're dealing with, I think this person might be playing some games with you. I think so. Thank you for that super chat, Scorpio stylist of the, and then it cuts your username off. I can't see the rest of it, but I appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's kind of looking like if this person's stringing you along. Now, okay, so for those of you who aren't dealing with somebody in which there's been some kind of, you know, that it's not known, nothing has been spoken between the two of you, I still kind of feel like this person might just be the type of person to play games in general. Just in general. You know? Well, let's see how this person feels about you. Let's see how this person feeling about Scorpio. Looks to me like they're probably juggling a couple of different people. This person juggling a couple different people. Ten of Swords. Man, this person, look, their player ways that they have are really catching up to them. This you know what? This person's too afraid to let anybody get close. Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles reversed. This person's too afraid to let anybody get too close because they don't want to give anybody the power to destroy them the way they were destroyed in the past. Yup. I think they got feelings for you, though. They got feelings for you, but they know that if they give you the key to their heart, I just don't think they trust you with the key to their heart. And I don't think that has anything to do with you personally. I think we've all been there, haven't we? Most of us, at least. Fucking destroyed, right? Somebody just rips your heart out and just leaves you a fucked up mess. I think most of us have been there. I would feel safe saying at least 98% of us have been there. And then you go through this little period where you don't be trusting no fucking body. Nobody. Right? I mean, you hear it all the time. You hear all men are dogs and all women are 304s. You hear it all the time. That's people who had their heart ripped out and they never healed from it, and now they don't trust nobody. Anytime you hear somebody say something like that, all men are trash, all women are 304s, that's what they're not healed. They haven't healed. That's why they're saying that. Because in their little world, that's the lens in which they're viewing the world, because somebody fucking destroyed that person. Somebody did. And again, we've all been there, but they never healed from it. They never healed from it. So I think that's what you're dealing with here. I think that's what you're dealing with. All right. Well, let's see if anything is happening with this situation here. Anything happening at all? Ooh, a love offer might be made. Yeah. Kind of feeling like a love offer is going to be made anyways. It honestly kind of feels like your energy. Kind of feels like your energy. I'm not going to lie. Yup. I'm feeling like the two of you are going to attempt to try to make something happen here. But you're second guessing. You are second guessing the shit out of this right here. Because this person's still putting a big old wall up. They're that player card again, man. They're still putting a big old wall up between the two of you. And I still think they're keeping their options open too. They got their walls up, dude. They ain't letting their walls down for nobody. Devil card. It'll probably turn into a very sexual connection, but that's about it. That's about it. And you know how that goes, right? Whenever a connection is just strictly sexual, after a while, that runs its course, and it's not as mystical as it was in the beginning. You know, when you first get with somebody new, and it's really intense. You know, it's a new person that you barely know. And there's something very, very heavy and intense about connecting with somebody for the first time sexually. But then after a while, you get kind of used to it. And it just isn't the way it was when y'all first got together. And if you never connect at a deeper level than that, by the time that runs its course, the connection's going to go. And that's the problem here. I don't see this person connecting with you on a deeper level than that. I don't see it. They're keeping it at the surface because they got their walls up, bruh. They got their walls up, bruh. All right. All right. Well, let's get the advice on this. What's the advice? What's the advice? Ooh. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Can you see that card? Can you tell what's happening in that card right there? You see what's going on in that card? That dude is guarded. He has his guard up. Yeah, he has his walls up. He ain't letting nobody in. So this is saying that it would not be a very wise idea to extend or accept any offers while this person has their guard up. This person need to at least let their guard down a little bit first. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. If you are still scratching your head about how this person feels about you or what their intentions are, don't extend or accept any offers. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's look at the next person due to come in. Let's see. Let's take a look at the energy of the next person who's due to come into Scorpio's life. What's the first thing they will notice? What's the first thing you will notice when the next person comes in? So I think that you'll probably notice that this person has a fear of abandonment. You can tell they've been abandoned before. They have abandonment issues, you know what I'm saying? Six of Swords. Yeah, I think it's going to be very abundantly clear that the person that comes in next is in the middle of a very rough, difficult transition. They're transitioning on from something, and whatever they're going through is not easy. The person may come across a little bit cold and detached, and they may seem like the type of person who acts happy, and you can tell that they're covering up some internal sadness. So, at first, you may feel like the two of you may not speak the same language because you can feel something deeper going on in this person than what they're portraying, you know, to the world and to you. So, you might have one foot out the door for the first couple of weeks of connecting with this person because you're afraid that, again, it may just turn into another sexual connection that doesn't go any deeper. And some of you have been through that a lot, and you ain't trying to do that again. But I think it's going to take a very surprising left-hand turn into a more positive direction. If you hold off and you're a little bit patient and you're a little bit relaxed, I think it will. Yeah. With the Fool card there. Because you're eventually going to end up making that leap into a relationship with this person. Let me just see their actual feelings, energy, and intentions. What's their actual feelings, energy, and intentions? Let's see. Again, abandonment issues. Same card. Same card. I don't know if they just recently got ghosted. Death card. Yeah, something recently came to an end, and they're doing the best that they can to heal from it. They want to take things kind of slow. They don't want to jump headfirst into a new relationship. Yeah, they don't want to jump headfirst into another relationship because they're scared. They do want one, though. They absolutely do want a relationship, but I think they're right in the middle of a healing process. They do feel a real strong connection with you, with the Lover's card there. Really strong connection with you, but again, with the King of Swords right there, they don't know, they don't think that it's appropriate that if I just meet and connect with this new person, do I really open up and express the hurt that I'm going through from this person from the past? Is that appropriate? So the only thing they know how to do is just act cold and detached because they are having a hard time processing. You know, that takes a lot of emotional bandwidth to process a new love connection and healing from a broken love connection. That takes a lot of energy. A ho lot. A ho lot. But with the 10 of Cups here, I think they are willing. They may be wanting to go slow, but they are willing to put forth the work, the energy, and the effort to actually build something healthy and successful. What's the outcome for the first 30 days? Outcome for the first 30 days. Yeah, man, look. This is going to get real intense. It's going to get real intense. You're going to end up noticing within the first month that this isn't something you could walk away from if you tried. Yep, you are absolutely making a solid final decision after a month of being with this person that you ain't going nowhere. Yep, you catching feelings for this person faster than you thought you would. What's the advice? What's the advice? Justice reversed, Eight of Cups reversed. Don't walk away from this. What we have to do, especially if you are dealing with somebody who is going through a healing process. And again, most of you are probably still in the middle of a healing process too. I think we all are. You have to make sure that whoever it is you're connecting with feels comfortable opening up and being themselves. Every now and then I'll hear somebody complaining that, whoever they're dealing with is too closed off and too guarded and they have their walls up too high and whatnot. And I'll sit back and watch and observe the person who is making these complaints. And the person is very combative, argumentative, complains a lot, bitches a lot, always has something negative to say, always has some nasty judgment or something shitty to say. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, no fucking wonder they're not letting their guard down around you. You're not a very pleasant person to be around. You're really not. If you want somebody to open up to you, especially if it's somebody you want to date, you want to be with, you gotta radiate the ambiance of non-judgment. If you're gonna be with me, you can let that guard down and just be you. It's cool. No judgment here. I'm not judging you for your past. Now, whether or not you're actually taking steps towards creating a better future, that's a different story. But your past, what you've been through, what you're going through now, shit. You cool with me. There ain't a whole lot. I mean, well, there's some things that, if you did something you should be in fucking prison for, then, But you know what I'm saying? For the very most part, 90% of the shit that you could do that's, not cool, most of us have done. Again, unless it's something so morally egregious that you should be in fucking prison. Not talking about that shit. We all know those few things, you know what I'm saying? But for the very most part, shit, we all got a shitty fucked up past. You know what I'm saying? This person has to feel safe and comfortable opening up and actually being themselves, because this connection is going to get real intense. This is one of those connections that gets so intense that you all are going to connect at that deep level, whether you want to or not. You can't put your walls up and block this connection. So the two of you can either connect with each other at that deep level willingly, like mature adults, and intentionally and consciously, or the universe is going to force it. And if you're trying to force your walls up during one of these connections right here, it can turn really, really ugly when you all are forced to connect at that level and you're trying to resist it. That can turn uglier than hell, man. That's one of the reasons why twin flame connections turn out to be usually fucking nightmares. Usually nightmares. I don't think off the top of my head, I can't think of one twin flame connection, a true one, a real one, that I've ever heard of that is a positive thing. It almost always turns out to be a fucking nightmare. And that's one of the reasons why, So work on that for the first month. Work on that. All right. Okie dokie. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Was there something else I needed to talk about? I don't know. Anyway, I am eternally grateful for every last one of you that tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. That is what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to look down there in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.